Hello, welcome back to another build video. Today we are working on the van, and more importantly, sorry, it's really sunny and it's a real change to the weather we've been having, but today I am framing the van walls ready for some wood cladding that I'm going to be doing in the van. So that's what we're doing today. Let's go and have a look. Little man's there chilling on his sister's tablet today. So you would have seen the garage and the bed and the overcab shelf, but I want to get some cladding. I want to start getting these walls finished so I can start putting some sockets, some lights in, and putting bits together to make it more of a finished product. So that is what we're doing. You can see that I've already made a start here with the framing. So before, move over here, we're in the light. So before we can just go about putting the cladding on the walls that I want to get on there, which I've got some tongue and groove wood cladding that I want to get put on there, but I'll explain more about that later on in the video. Before we can put on that cladding and fix that cladding to the wall, you need to do what's called framing the van walls. So that is basically putting these here, so this a bit of timber here, as you can see hopefully, on the wall, fixing it to the van walls to give you basically a fixing point for the cladding. Now you're probably thinking, like, why would you not just, if you can fix this timber to the wall, why would you not fix the cladding straight to the wall? So to fix this to the wall, you need to use self-tapping screws, or metal self-tapping screws, which here, just let me flip you around, just here has heads on it, which you obviously don't want to be on display and stuff like that. So that's why we frame the walls, or that's why they frame the walls. This is the first time I've ever done it, but that's why I'm going to frame the walls, so I can fix that in, and then with the cladding itself I can glue it and pin it with like second fix, what they call second fix in the woodworking world, pins which will be hidden, which will give it a nice finish basically, and that is the reason why we're framing the wall today. So for the framing, there's lots of advice out there what you can do, what you should do, shouldn't do, whether it should be marine ply or hardwood ply. I've gone with hardwood ply, just plywood you get from B&Q, and I've gone with 12mm. Now there's a lot of recommendations to use 9mm, but I've gone with 12mm ply just to give me an extra bit of fixing. I thought it would be a lot sturdier. Again, I've gone with normal hardwood ply because marine ply is more expensive, and I want to do this as easily and cheaply as possible, while still having a good effect. So I've gone 12mm normal hardwood ply, not marine, and that is what we're doing. And 12mm also allows it to still curve to the van. If you're doing a crafter like I am, or a sprinter, you know the walls are curved ever so slightly. They're curved and taper in, rather than more of a box shape like the Boxers or the Ducatos and stuff like that. So 12mm still is a good fix in, but still allows it to curve to the van walls. So it just all in all works really well. So the idea is I'm going to frame all the way along here, down here. I don't know where I'm going to take the mattress out yet, because the mattress obviously will be here, but I think I might need to frame it on the bottom. But get it all framed along here, down, framed down in here as well, to create that cladding look. So we got a nice cladded wall base to work off of for the rest of the van. But all in all, I think that's everything I wanted to say about the cladding. I am going to crack on with it and do it. So here's some clips of me doing said work. Right, that is majority of the framing done, and I'm going to show you in a sec, but it's time to call it a day. It's getting late. It is 6:30 on a Wednesday evening. I don't want to annoy my neighbours too much. and I am losing light. I've ordered a load of electric bits to turn on lights and fancy bits, but I'll show you the framing now. You can see we've got some framing here. I've not done any cross beams because I thought it'd be a waste of timber. I'm about to an added weight that I don't need, because I'm gonna put obviously the cladding is gonna run that way, horizontal I think it is, so it'd be a waste putting in cross member beams, I think anyway. So we've got that around the window area. I've done up in the bed here as well, so we can put some cladding up there. That was weird. To the two boys that stopped and asked questions about the van, hello. I'll put you in if you're alright with that. If not, send me a message and I'll take it down. But anyway, so we framed... I lost where I was. Yeah, we've done the framing around that. And I've also framed here around the bed. Let me move the pillows. Framed around the bed area. Now, I've not done this section because I want that extra bit of space for our head and feet, because we sleep widthways. So I've left this, and I'm gonna do like a backing panel inside here, which gives you probably that much either side. What's that? It's probably 2 inches. So it gives you an extra 4 inches of width in bedways, and I'm sure if you ask my wife, an extra 4 inches would be lovely. But yeah, so I'm going to do a nice little panel back, I think maybe with some nice fabric or something on the back of there. So I framed around it. So I framed, let me move you back that way. So I'll show you over this side here, that's better. So I framed across, and then I will tomorrow get a bit of framing to go in flat to make that flush along, so you sort of almost create like a box. But as you can see, we framed above here, and the cladding will just straight across there. And we're also going to be putting unit cabinets up there eventually, so that will be covered. But I will be framing and cladding behind there anyway, just so I don't have to put any backs on. Same that side. And then, as you can see, this will be a wall, so this part of the window will be hidden, but this will be open. And then again, I'm just going to create a frame to go around and sit in this window bit here, which will then create a bit of a frame, box section frame for the window, which I'll do the same for the bed area. But apart from that, that is the framing in a nutshell. Please don't make the same mistake I did. If I was going to do this again, I would frame if I was going to do this again, I would frame the entire walls before I'd done any of this. Any of the bed. That would be the first thing I'd do. Once you've insulated, frame. Once you've insulated and first fixed, frame the walls and clad the walls. It would have been so much easier. I literally could have just went straight across without having to work my way around things. The only bonus of me doing it this way is I'm saving myself weight by only cladding and only putting in the timber where I need it to be on display. But for ease, and if I was doing this again for speed, I would just frame and clad all the walls all in one go before I put anything in, and that would make it a lot easier to do, definitely. So there's a little tip as you learn as you go. But yeah, this is the framing. Tomorrow we're going to come in and we're going to start cladding, and hopefully electrical bits start turning up so we can start putting some stuff in on the walls as well. So we'll see. But yeah, that's today. See you tomorrow. Good morning. Day 2 of framing and cladding the walls of my van. And yesterday you would have seen me do the framing. Today I'm going to move on to the cladding, and I'm going to start by just doing those boxing in sections around each insert there, and then also the window as well. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to move on to the cladding. So I'm going to get that done, do the boxings, and then I will show you what they look like, and then we'll jump onto the cladding. Let's go. So this is like the insert. I've not seen people show anyone this. Yeah, so this is the insert I've made. If you can see that, I have to stand quite far back. Yeah, this is the insert I've made to frame around this panel here. I just wanted to show you. I've built it I've scribed it to the shape of the van, hopefully, fingers crossed, the best I can. And then I've just pilot hole and fixed it in there. I'm going to get it into place now, and then I'm going to fix it all the way around, and that should then box it in quite nicely. So it's for this one, this frame here. Going back to yesterday, this is why I firmly believe I should have done this before. I know it's saving me weight only cladding and framing where I need to, but it would have been so much easier to do this without the bed in here. I could have just done it all bish bash bosh and got on with it, but we live and learn. It's part and parcel of doing this. This should be just sliding down here. Fucked up. This bit is supposed to be on the inside, so now it's too small. So now I take it apart. Start again. I'll be right back. Right. Try again. So what I'd done is this cross beam here, I'd fixed to the top of these beams instead of into the side. So it was too tall and not wide enough. But now I've hopefully rectified that. Please. There we go. Okay. Let's peel some of this. Right, it's been about an hour and I thought I'd check back in because I said I was going to do the cladding on this side. I haven't done the cladding on this side. I've done all the framing around the window because I thought I'd just get it done because it's a job that I didn't really want to do. Like it's I don't mind doing it, it's just annoying, right? But I thought I'd come back on and show you that. So I did this side, and first time I built the frame and put it in. This time I just cut a piece. So I cut this piece, fixed it in, cut that piece, fixed it in, cut this piece, fixed it in, and it was much quicker to do it that way. So don't build a frame like I did. If you're going to do it the same way I do it, do piece at a time. Easy, quicker. And then this doesn't look great now, but then I've also done a box frame. Again, done piece by piece, done a box frame right around this window. It comes up here and there's a piece at the top. So obviously all this will be behind cladding, so you're not going to see any of that. And then the cladding is going to come up. Oh, sorry, hang on, let me show you. Then the cladding is going to come up this wall, obviously, to the top of this. Focus to the top of this batten here. I've put the base in slightly lower because eventually I'm going to put a blind on this window. So there'll be a blind on this window, and obviously for it to black out, in my head I want the blind to go past it so it sits down inside, so no light escapes. If it was to, because I want the blind to sit inside the recess basically. That's my thinking on it. So yeah, that's just what to update you there. Now I'm going to jump into cladding and we're going to just crack on. So I'll check back in once I've started doing more cladding. Right. Oh, hang on. Right. I'm coming to the end of the cladding and I will show you around inside the video in a minute. But I just thought I'd talk you through how I'm fixing it. You see me at the first part of this video, frame the van, and I've begun putting the cladding on the walls. So my method of choice to fix is, I had this, it's a Titan, I think they're on Screwfix, about 30 quid at the moment, but I got mine ages ago. It's like a Brad nail, second fix nail gun, as far as like pins, because you think I've got 12.5mm of ply to hit, and then the cladding itself is 9.5, so call it 10mm thick. So I've got about 20mm to be safe. Let's say I've got about 20mm of thickness. So I'm using 15mm pins and some good old Sikaflex and some Sikaflex to fix it in place. Hopefully that holds it. We'll see how it goes, but that's my method of choice. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on and show you how I'm fixing it in. This is a bit different because I'm scribing it around the door frame here. I'm only going to come down to here because this will be kitchen unit, so there's no point wasting the timber to go all the way down there. So I'm just going to put these last few on, and then I got to run a bead of silicone Sikaflex down here to stick it to the metal, because I've decided to go against the pinning of it. Not pinning, I've decided to go against the self-tapping screws because I don't want them on shell. I don't mind the pins because I'm either going to stain it or paint it. I don't know. What do you think I should do? Stain or paint? Let me know in the comments. So this is a 240 volt plug, so literally you just, if you're not familiar with using it, you just push it up against it and it fires in like so. And it works pretty well. In fact, that's the last bit in place, and I thought I'd show you about what I've done. I've just got some final bits to do in, but I'm going to sign this video out now because I got to pick up the little ones from school. So we've got this last little bit to go in here, which is just a few pieces to go around the frame, but we've got cladding in there. That's where a socket's going to come out. This is going to be the toilet area slash potentially shower, so it goes up around there, and then we've just framed it around there. Again, we've got to do the last little bits here, which again, just a few pieces will take me down there. You can see here I've notched around these beams because you think the ceiling, once the ceiling comes down, it will curve down naturally and cover all of this anyway, so that's not that's going to be hidden by the ceiling around here. And then this will be, I think I'm going to have to build like a little wall here, because I want to house a switch that will sort of do the water pump, the main lights and the fridge and stuff like that. So I'm going to build like a little wall that comes out here. This is for the water pump. That comes up probably to about here, and then this will be kitchen. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. That might do some sort of splashback, but I thought I'd put the cladding all the way down. Kitchen will probably finish about there, so these cables will be behind, so that's not a problem. I'm not going to waste weight and timber going down when that's all going to be covered by the kitchen. There's going to be overhead lockers here, so I'm going to put some overhead lockers from the back to the front, and then I'm probably going to end one about here to about there, all the way across, just to give us some nice overhead storage. That's why I've not wasted timber putting it, because it's going to be hidden behind the lockers itself, and it actually gives me a nice little access point should I need to get anything down in behind for whatever reason. I can sort of get in there from inside the lockers. That's my thinking behind it. But yeah, that is the cladding. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thanks for watching, as always. But yeah, that is how I've decided to frame and clad this van. Like I said earlier, I don't know whether I'm going to stain this cladding to try and keep the wood colour or paint it all white. There's going to be accents of a specific colour in this van. This is not just going to be white. These are going to be a specific colour, so there is going to be colour in the van. But yeah, I'd love your opinion. What do you think? Do you think it should be stained and keep the wood look, or do we go just paint it white for like a clean white finish? But yeah, let me know. But as always, thanks for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And yeah, there's lots of adventures and more build videos to come. So yeah, thank you as always. Love you, bye. See you next week.